Hi Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 149. If you're new to my channel or stumbled on me by accident, this is a channel about cross stitch, so I hope you stick around, like, subscribe, comment, do all those things. If you're a returning friend, thank you so much for coming back again this week. We have so much to go over, so let's dig in. First of all, I want to say thank you for all of the comments about me healing up and being careful for the fall. And also that I had been really behind in comments. So, and also for encouraging me to be like, it's okay to be on funk and to stitch what you want. So yeah, that goes for all of us. That goes for all of us. So I have a couple of things I want to talk about, and I have it written down so that I remember. Okay, first of all, I want to let you all know, Stitches of Stacie, Jessica, my friend, is back. She released a Flosstube last week. I should be able to put her links below, but go check her out and give her a welcome back to Flosstube. She had been gone for a while, and she's upping her channel. So that is super fun, and it was so good to visit with you, Jessica. The next one is Stitches with Grammy. Barb is doing her 1-year anniversary on Flosstube, and if you've been around, you know what 1-year anniversaries usually entail. So go see Stitches with Grammy. And last but not least, I watched Stitches with Mel. Sorry, Mel. And she was like, she stitched, let me get this together. She stitches using a Q-snap, and she was like trying to use a bigger one, and like, I don't know, I shot her a message of like back in the day. So I have stitched with Q-snaps. Currently I stitch in hand. Who knows what will evolve in my world, but I sent her off a message and said, back in the day, we used to take, if you remember Webkins, my daughter had a bazillion of them. The Webkins were a virtual thing. You bought the stuffed animal, you uploaded the code, you go play it on the internet. Anyway, they had one that was a frog, and you know how cross stitchers love frogs. So what I did was go buy myself a Webkin of a little frog. But what I did to help myself with stitching was I unsewed his booty back here, and I filled it with BBs. You can't see this, but this is probably 2 or 3 pounds. This whole thing from here down, even into the legs partly, is full of BBs. And then what I do, and I'm not set up to like show you, but I would take this guy, and if I was stitching at a table, I would put him over here, sitting on top of my Q-snap, so he would hold the Q-snap for me, and then I could sit here and stitch. And I wasn't a two-handed stitcher. I still only stitched one at a time, but he helped with the weight. There's a lot of people, you'll hear them talk about they get carpal tunnel or holding a Q-snap hurts. This is like an old remedy, and he would go with me to retreats. Yeah, so just an idea, go find yourself a cute stuffed animal, take some of his guts out, put some BBs in. If you sit where you stitch on a table, I've even sit in a chair, and he just holds the other side of my Q-snap. So little old advice from a stitcher that's been around for a while. So I'm gonna put my little froggy over here, and he's gonna watch. All right, so that's that little piece of advice. All right, I'm gonna jump into some normal stuff that we do around here. First of all, if you are new to my channel or you've never filled out the Happy Mail form, please go to the links below, fill out the Happy Mail. It's into a new month, so new Happy Mail comes out this month. And along that lines, I also have a link down there for Buy Me a Coffee, or the Ko-fi link. And I wanna thank Fran and then an anonymous donor for giving me some love this week, and that just helps with the mailing. So thank you very much. Another thing that I do on my channel is the featured friend. So I'm gonna pop her picture in here. This is Susan. She stitched on a Festive of the Trees Silvery Tree. It's a Mill Hill kit. It had quite a bit of confetti in it, but once she figured that out, it got easier. She said the beads in the back stitching went quickly. And this is a kit that she won on this channel. So thank you so much, Susan, for sharing that. I appreciate it greatly. And you saw, I love doing a little Mill Hill every once in a while. It's just changing up the pace of what kind of things I'm stitching on. So that is all of that kind of stuff. And we're gonna jump into my stitching. It's the first of the month. So I usually on the first of the month bring out this old stitch that I did. This is the August banner. And this used to be displayed in my mama's house again. If you have been here a while, I've been showing them every month this year. So what a delicious thing of summer for August, a watermelon. And again, some specialty stitches are here, here, and here in this piece. So love it. Yeah, doesn't watermelon just encompass summer? So there is that. I'm gonna try to quietly put it down. Yay! All right, so other than that, I have a big old pile over here and I am super excited to dig in. So I have lots of stitching this week to show you. I have a finish for a little beautiful stars finish that was stitched from the Blackbird Designs Patriot July stocking book. So this is my little guy. I changed up the colors. I don't even remember what they were supposed to be, but my blue is Freedom and my red is Licorice Red. Freedom is Gassed and Licorice Red is Classic Colorworks. Yay! I love how it turned out, just on a piece of 32 count antique white. So that'll be added to, like, let's get finishing, Janet. All right, another finish. I told you, I think I showed it to you last week that I had started it and now I have finished it. This is the charity piece that I've been stitching on for my girlfriend's board. She's on the Fort Wayne Trails board. So this is Cycling Heart by the Climbing Goat Designs on a 28 count Lugana. And 1 minute, Opie. This is the finished piece. I love how it turned out. I'm super happy with it. I will now get it to the framers, get it framed, and then I will show it to you fully framed. I believe it's going to be a black frame. All right, how potent, how on point, how whatever adjective I'm supposed to be using, that Opie is stopping in to see us. Last week, you guys saw him be so not happy with me that he had a bath. But the reason I said how coincidental, that's the word I'm looking for, that he is popping in right now with us, is this next finish I stitched him into, didn't I? All right, buddy, you sit down here on my lap for a minute. I finished Home Sweet Home by Alforce Embroidery. It was the kit, box kit. So yes, look at that gorgeousness. Literally the only thing I have not done is put my initials in it, which I will be doing. But I'm going to, the very middle motif of the girl stitching, so much of this I have to, anyway, that little motif, the girl stitching, you were able to put an animal next to. It was a dog, a cat, a bird, they had it charted, and I went above and beyond and changed the colorings of the dog. I'll zoom in just a minute. But I want, as you look at this, there's so much about this that is like just me. I just love it. I love it. Tea, sewing, gardening, all of the things. But I'm gonna fold this in. Opie still wants here. Look at my little Opie right there. I got him right in there, looking up to do exactly what he's doing right now, getting into things. So that is so cool. I was so proud of myself for doing that. My daughter was like, thought I was being extra. Okay, Opie, you can say goodbye to the people. He wants to sit here, but he can't climb on the table. You can't climb on the table. You can sit here. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you, so he's going to make things awkward. The next thing I want to show you is my queen. So this is my Summer Queen by Mirabilia. And I'm stitching on a 32 count collar and cotton. And this is where she is at. So as you can see, I'm coming down on the dress. She looks gorgeous. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, you guys. Opie, you can't stay up here. I have things to show. It's been so long and you want to be a little stinker. Okay, you have to get down. All right, my next one, I went and stitched with Chrissy. Her and I are doing this Sal Along. This is Under the Sea by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. She got hers done that same day, late that night. It took me all week and there were mistakes in here and I'm leaving them, but here is my Under the Sea piece. I should have popped a picture in already of what it's, where, I don't know the cover sheet for it, but this is where it is at. So basically I added the top scuba, the little tiny fish, the puffin fish, I think that's what they're called, and some waves. So very cool. And it's so fun to sit and stitch with Chrissy on, we usually try to stitch like the day after the release is what we try to do. The next piece I am still behind on, but touch of magic. Here's what it should look like so far. It's a mystery with caterpillar cross stitch. I said the other one wrong. Under the sea is frosted pumpkin. See what happens when you get in too many stitch alongs. Under the sea, the frosted pumpkin, touch of magic, caterpillar cross stitch. This is where I'm at on it. So still working on part 2, and I'm just gonna plug away a little at a time. I should make this my 1 thread a day until I get caught up, but we'll see, because I have other plans. I didn't think about that until right now, and you'll see my other plans. So one that I was kind of disappointed in myself for the month of July that I hadn't really accomplished and gotten done, but whatever, I embraced it and just did a little. But hands-on designs, let's talk summer. I'm just digging into the white here. I tend to be a color completer on these charts for most part. So I think I had SIA done before, and so I did get a bit stitched on it. I'm doing this with sulky threads. Whew. So that's coming along. But my next stitches, let me get these out. Oh. The other stitching I have to go over is my seasonal stitching, or my weekly stitching, my Mill Hill Monday. This little succulent package is what I'm stitching on. I think I have the blue complete. I do, I think I have it complete. So the blue, you can see it's almost the same color, and that's done on purpose. So we'll see where I get in on that this week. My Wicked Wednesday is Tiny Modernist Halloween calendar. I am on number 6. I should be able to finish that cauldron this week also, and hopefully move on. We'll see. And last but not least, Spooky and Steve's Milk and Cookies pattern. I would love to finish this. Excuse me. I would love to finish this week also. And that is where we are. So just working on the numbers on the bottom. Sorry about that. I got choked up. We're going to move into basically what's going on. Plans, a little bit of haul. Not really haul. Well, some haul. Anyway, let's do this. My plans, I'm going to move this whole pile over here. My plans are Whip Go got pulled for August. My Whip Go, the first one, was Home Sweet Home, which I just showed you I finished up, so that won't be worked on. My next one is, I got these out of order, just a little bit. I'll come back to this one. My next one that I have, this is just a cover page I cut off for the color code. This is Seeking Refuge, and this was a Whip Go call for this month. So that's where I'm at on this. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do just 10 days on this instead of 5 since the other one was finished. I don't know. I haven't decided. We'll see, because I have some plans. So, you know, I don't want to get in a funk. I don't want to burn myself out. But since Home Sweet Home was what I stitched on 1 thread a day on, I want to put something in that place. So I'm going to show you what I think I'm going to do. I think it's going to be Flea Market Flowers, and I'm about halfway done on this. So I'm going to show you where I'm at. So see, halfway. So I feel like I'm just going to pop that in and start doing 1 thread a day on that. And that's just kind of how I'm getting some of these out that like I don't touch but I want done. So it's just something I do. Now, the next plans, so that would be like a daily thread, Home Sweet Home. I may just grant myself grace and let that be, because wait till you see this next one that I want to start very soon. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week. We'll see. It may. I'm kind of super excited about it. I'm going to pop a picture in here of a chart I bought off of Etsy. This is going to be my daughter and Colton's, Lizzie and Colton's wedding stitch. Let's call it that. Some of the colors were not perfect for her, so I went and bought the colors knowing that some of them weren't going to match. And I bought a couple random ones that I thought were more her colors, just like sight while I was standing there. When I got home, I pulled out my floss card. I pulled out this stuff, laid it all out. We fine-tuned the maroon and we got rid of the purple and pulled in like a burnt orange. So what I'm going to show you is the fabric we chose, which is a Be Stitch Me boot camp, and then her color scheme. And yes, there's Post-it notes because I didn't have fresh skeins of everything. So this is what we're looking at, and that's the best I can do to hold it for you. So you've already seen the picture, and that's the colors that she's going for her wedding. Super excited about this. Super excited to get it started. Yeah. So that is something that I hope to get working on. I would love to get a start on it this week, but we'll see. The next thing I have is it's a new month for us to do the rotation for my Dreaming of Round Robin. And I got Corrin's piece this time, which is Rosewood Manors, Dreaming of Roses. This picture does not do it anything. I don't even mean justice. It doesn't do it anything. This is where we are at on hers currently. I believe this is a 40 count. I haven't dug into this. The package came and so see, it's bare, when I fold it over, you barely lose a tiny bit. So I feel like I may come here and do the next stitch. It's between here and coming over here, but I'm digging this one right now. But I love the beautiful, subtle, this color fabric is perfect, Corrin, perfect. So that's super exciting, and that is going to get worked on. And then I mentioned that I was at that I stitched with Chrissy on my Under the Sea sow, and where we stitch is at my L&S, the stitch-in frame, and it's so cool. So this time it ended up falling on a Tuesday. I didn't know that there was some ladies that have been stitching there for 18 years together every Tuesday. Is that not fabulous? And what was super special about this time being there was one of the ladies, I told you, if you've been here and heard blah, blah, I started stitching when my daughter was born, and she is 22. So that is when I started going into that store, car carrier. I would sit her on like the table and I would do my shopping, and the owners would like, you know, I don't know, she wasn't choking or whatever, you know, but when she got older, she would like run around their little store. And I know there's some people think that's very, very annoying, but the owners absolutely loved my daughter, and these older ladies that came in would love seeing that little energy. My daughter was just full of energy. She was well behaved. She didn't touch stuff. She didn't take stuff off the runners. But anyway, one of the ladies was sitting at the table. She's like, I remember Lizzie when she was just running around here, and now she's getting married and having a baby. It was so, so special for someone to give me that memory back. So anyway, while I was there, I picked up, yes, I'm being extra. If you haven't heard, John James Petites are gone. So I picked up the last 4 packs of 28 count, 28 Petite, John James, gone. I picked up the last ones that Stitch-in Frame had. I stitched so much this last week that my finger was hurting. I asked some of my girls that sometimes I get a stitch with on Messenger, and this was what was recommended, Thimble-It. I have the one that's a thimble pad, which is like moleskin, leather, I don't know what it is, but sometimes it gets caught, it breaks off and it gets caught in my stitching. This is like more of a plastic, and it glides along. But that being said, this one, like the am I saying that right? Moleskin? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, it forms to your finger. This is not. So I like cut it in half and tried to use it, and it works. It works good enough. So, and I am slowly but surely, I think this is the 4th of the chart, maybe the 5th chart that 4th or 5th chart. I'm slowly acquiring the anniversaries of the heart charts. So this time I was able to get number 2. And I have plans to do very much like Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, to where she like made each block a meaning and maybe tweaked it here and there. I know that's what it was designed for. So that's why I'm taking the inspiration from her of seeing it done, and having something. If I had a piece that I didn't want to end up in Goodwill, this is going to be in the top one. So I'm acquiring them, and I'll get them started, I don't know, soon. Not like this year because I'm acquiring them. But that's it. That was my haul. I probably have, I haven't checked my mailbox. So another thing that I ordered this week is I placed a small order from Stacie's Creative Studios, which is Stacie C Stitches here on Flosstube. She has a website, and I placed an order. It's probably in the mailbox now. I just haven't gone out there. But the website was very easy to navigate. I am late to supporting her. Things have just been, you know, things, and she understands, and I love her and she knows I support her. So, so that's it. I look around here. I've made a bigger mess than I started with. You got to see Opie, and he is not over here hanging out no more. So that must have been what he wanted, just to have a small appearance. So that's a blessing. I'm going to go into this week and see what I can get accomplished. I definitely am out of my funk. I'm definitely completely healed from my accident. On a personal level, we are just ramping up. My husband got himself involved in a thing. He likes to do things. He likes to do events. The 4th of July, the Halloween thing that we do. Well, a local grocery store reached out to him, and they're having their 1-year anniversary, and they reached out and asked if we could like basically host it. So we're all on board for hosting that, and so that's next weekend. So we're ramping up for what we got to do. So it's like a mini carnival, free lunch kind of thing, and super fun. It'll be fun. We love doing the community work. That's what, like, I don't know, that's what I was 100% before I met him, and we love just giving back to the community. That's basically all it is. I love to be a giving person, and it just comes through. Hopefully that comes through on here. So I feel like I'm rambling. I need to get off here, clean up this mess, and get ready to do things. So I'm going to let you go and move on to the next video. So keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.